Hi, my name's not John Green, and this isn't Crash Course World History. Wait, no time for an intro. This has to be 4 minutes long? Let's get started! Okay, the Renaissance started in 1350 and lasted to about the 1600s. It was the most important chapter in human history because it established concepts that we like today. For example, secularism, rationality, individualism, humanism, salami, which of course led to the development of our modern Western style of culture today. The Renaissance had a few events that really characterized it. The thing that started the Renaissance was Italy. Nope, Soviet Union. Close enough. Basically, Italy. Italy was ready for the Renaissance because it had racks on stacks of money by 1350. Florence, one of the cities, made silk. Milan made arms and weapons. And Genoa and Venice made bank through ocean trade. But what really made Italy rich? Alum. Alum was something that the Ottomans had. And the Ottomans traded it to Italy and they made textiles from that. Of course, one man named Cosimo Medici, he found alum in Italy's mountains. And so they didn't have to trade with the Ottomans. And that made Italy so much more rich. They were able to afford artists, sculptors, double chins. It was amazing. Italy had its Renaissance first. Okay, now since this isn't Crash Course World History, we're going to be doing something new. This is called Secret Lunchbox. What's in the secret lunchbox today? A remote. Why? Renaissance. A stapler. Why? Renaissance. Also, now, a closed letter to Mr. Atchison. Thank you for letting us use your spinny chair. I don't know why that's closed. I guess it's technically open since I said it aloud. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. The third characteristic was the idea of being a Renaissance man. Individualism and ideas of human achievement had led elites in Europe to aspire to become Renaissance men. What did this mean? This was a concept in which a typical artist would go and achieve his full potential by learning how to be a scientist, inventor, astronomer, botanist, engineer, architect, mathematician, and musician. They even delved into physical education from time to time. This was when the standard for common education to expose people to all sorts of topics was created. This is why today, school systems have the 4 core units and then all these electives to choose from. The fourth characteristic of the Renaissance was the Protestant Reformation. When the Catholic Church became corrupt around the 1450s and the leaders in the church failed to meet their responsibilities and soon in order to get salvation, go to heaven, you needed to buy these indulgences. Christian humanists and a certain Martin Luther, with the help of inventions like the printing press to print his 95 Theses. This helped combat the wrong teachings of the Pope and steered people towards revolution and created a new branch, Protestantism, and later realigned the Catholic Church. The fifth and maybe the most important characteristic of the Renaissance was that it affected the elites in Europe, like artists and scholars, a couple inventors here and there. People like Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael, and other people named after characters on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. By the way, folks, the Renaissance didn't hit people directly. Like, people didn't wake up yelling in the streets, "We're in the Renaissance! Oh, how glorious! We have entered a new age!" Instead, the Renaissance was a set of events and innovations that have lasted through time and developed into new ideas and concepts. So when Renaissance men like Leo here had drawings and sketches of various devices and concepts about secular individualism, they most likely inspired the innovations of today. To summarize this episode of Not Crash Course World History, I'd like to remind you that the Renaissance had set up Europe for the Enlightenment, the Industrial Revolution, and modern European lifestyle. It's thanks to the Renaissance that kids these days want to be everything when they grow up. This is why Europe is one of the top executive powers. It's why it's on the top of the global bank charts, top of the education systems. It's because the Renaissance. In other words, it's the most important because it was the kickoff point for development that had a lasting impact on the world. Thanks for watching Not Crash Course World History. I will never see you again, and this is the last time I'm doing anything like this.